To replace the mainboard on Bob Pro, you'll need a new mainboard and a Phillips head screwdriver. Power off Bob before starting your repair. Press the bumper in while holding down the cover button. After 5 seconds, Bob will beep, and the cover light will turn off when released. Next, remove the dustbin. Grasp the tab on the back of Bob and slide the dustbin out. Then, flip Bob upside down so the wheels are facing up. Remove the 6 large screws from the underside of Bob. Keep all screws and parts removed from Bob safely aside for later reassembly. Next, remove the 2 small screws that hold Bob's side casing. Pull to detach each piece, using a flathead screwdriver for leverage if necessary. Bob's casing is no longer secured. Carefully flip Bob onto his wheels and lift the cover to expose the mainboard. Then, disconnect the circuit plug connecting the cover to the mainboard. Next, disconnect all of the mainboard's circuit plugs. You'll be reattaching the plugs later, so take note of all the connections. Grip each plug and pull to remove, without placing stress on the wiring. When done, remove the 4 screws holding the mainboard. Then, lift the mainboard out. Line up the new mainboard with the 4 screw posts inside Bob. When the mainboard sits flat, install the 4 screws removed previously. Then, reconnect all the circuit plugs to the mainboard. The order of the plugs on the left edge, from top to bottom, is as follows. Tuck the wires for the 2 lower circuit plugs under the hook inside Bob. The order of the plugs along the top edge from Bob's left to right is as follows. Take note of the colors of each wire to ensure you replace all of the circuit plugs correctly. The order along the right edge of the mainboard from top to bottom is as follows. Remember to tuck the wires for the 2 lower circuit plugs under the hook inside Bob. The order along the bottom edge from Bob's left to right is as follows. Take note of the empty spaces in the mainboard. When all of the circuit plugs are securely connected, you're ready to close Bob. Reconnect the cover's circuit plug to the mainboard. Lay the cover down so it's slightly below the bumper's top edge. The bumper should move when pressed in. Flip Bob upside down. Next, install all 6 large screws on Bob's underside. Align the side casing pieces with the screw holes on Bob's underside. Then flip Bob onto his wheels and snap the pieces onto Bob's sides. Next, install the 2 small screws removed previously. Then flip Bob onto his wheels and slide the dustbin back in place. Press and hold the cover button for 3 seconds to turn Bob back on. And congratulations! You've just replaced Bob's main board. Happy sweeping!